Hey everyone, and welcome back to NotSoTechie. We're doing something a little different today. Normally, we're focused on the latest breakthroughs and headlines in science and technology. But with the new TRON Ares movie coming out this October, I just couldn't resist. I've been a massive fan of the TRON universe since I first saw the original movie. The visuals, the music, the whole idea of a world inside a computer, it's just mind-blowing. The premise of the original films, a human getting pulled into a digital world, was pure science fiction. But now, the new movie flips that on its head. TRON Ares is about a program leaving the digital world and coming into ours. This got me wondering, is that concept still just a wild sci-fi fantasy? Or are we, in some small way, already creating the technology to bridge these two worlds? Think about it. Could a digital twin of a physical object, like a wind turbine or a car engine, be considered a kind of digital being? With augmented reality, are we already overlaying a digital world onto our physical one? As the Internet of Things grows, are we building our own version of the grid, where physical objects are all connected and communicating? These are the questions we're going to dive into today, exploring whether the lines between our reality and the digital one are blurring faster than we think. Let's get into it. Okay, let's look for the first clues that the lines are blurring. While we can't step into a computer like Kevin Flynn, we've already built technologies that create a digital layer on top of our reality. First up, digital twins. This is not some futuristic concept. It's a technology that's already being used in major industries. A digital twin is a virtual, real-time replica of a physical object or system. It's powered by data from sensors and can be used to monitor, analyze, and predict the behavior of its physical counterpart. For example, in Singapore, they've created a digital twin of the entire city called Virtual Singapore. City planners use it to run real-time simulations of traffic flow, test the impact of new buildings on air quality, and even model how to respond to emergencies. It's a complete digital mirror of an entire city, constantly learning and evolving. And in medicine, researchers are even creating human digital twins, a virtual replica of a patient that can simulate the effects of different treatments and medications before they're ever administered. Then we have augmented reality, AR. Unlike virtual reality, which immerses you in a completely separate world, AR superimposes digital information onto your view of the real world. You might think of games like Pokémon GO, but AR has already moved far beyond just entertainment. In surgery, doctors are using AR glasses to overlay a patient's CT scan directly onto their body, allowing them to see a tumor without an incision. In education, platforms like Zspace allow students to perform virtual dissections of a frog or explore the human heart in 3D, bringing complex anatomy to life. And let's not forget the Internet of Things, IoT. It sounds simple, just a bunch of connected devices, but it's actually a vast, interconnected network that's growing exponentially. In 2025, there are more than 152,000 IoT devices connecting to the Internet every minute. This isn't just about smart homes. In agriculture, sensors in the soil give farmers real-time data on moisture and nutrients, allowing for precision farming that saves water and reduces waste. In manufacturing, IoT sensors on machinery predict when a part is about to fail, preventing costly shutdowns. The TRON connection here is that we are creating a digital layer that is so deeply integrated with our physical world, it's nearly impossible to tell where one ends and the other begins. Now, let's move beyond the clues and into the biggest, most mind-bending question of all. If we can create a digital representation of our world, can we create a digital consciousness? According to a school of thought called functionalism, championed by philosophers like Hilary Putnam, consciousness isn't about what a mind is made of, be it brain or silicon. Instead, it's about what it does. If a computer could replicate every single function of the human brain, then it would be, by definition, a conscious being. But a prominent counter-theory, called Integrated Information Theory, IIT, proposed by neuroscientist Giulio Tononi, argues that consciousness is about the ability of a system to integrate information into a unified, non-decomposable whole. He suggests that a digital computer which processes information in a strictly binary way, might never be able to truly integrate information in the way a biological brain does. The ultimate test for this is brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. We're already on the cusp of merging human and machine. Companies like Neuralink and Synchron have developed implants that allow paralyzed individuals to control a computer mouse or a robotic arm with just their thoughts. This is a direct line from our biological mind to a digital realm. It forces us to confront this question head-on. Is the mind just a complex network that can be uploaded, or is there something more? This takes us to the biggest idea of all, one that moves beyond the tech we create and questions the very nature of reality itself. What if the grid isn't just a fantasy? What if our own universe is a computer simulation? This idea, known as the simulation hypothesis, was famously argued by Oxford philosopher Nick Bostrom. He claims that if a civilization reaches a post-human stage with immense computing power, they would likely run a vast number of ancestor simulations. Given the sheer number of these simulations, it's far more probable that we are living in one of them than in the original base reality. This theory is even supported by a school of thought in physics known as digital physics, which suggests that the universe is not just described by information, but is made of information. As physicist John Archibald Wheeler famously coined, it's a case of it from bit. The idea is that every physical thing, it ultimately derives from a digital source of information, bit. So, if we live in a digital universe, then the weirdness of quantum mechanics could be a clue. The fact that a particle doesn't have a definite state until observed could be a computational shortcut, a kind of digital rendering to save on processing power. So, as we eagerly await the release of TRON Ares and see how a program makes its way into our world, it's fascinating to think about how our own technology is, in its own way, already blurring the line between the physical and the digital. We might not have light cycles or identity disks, but the ideas explored in TRON, the interplay between humans and technology, the idea of a digital consciousness, and the very nature of our simulated reality, are becoming less and less like pure science fiction and more like a reflection of our current scientific trajectory. What do you guys think? Does a digital twin have a consciousness? Are we all just code? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, make sure to like this video and subscribe to NotSoTechie for more explorations of the awesome intersection of science, technology, and pop culture. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.